Hello everyone and welcome to this very tired day when I try to be productive and informative. So today we're talking about the brand W7. It's a UK brand, and in my opinion, if one brand is hit or miss, it's really this one. Some of their products, in my opinion, are so good. They're on an I can't believe it level, and at least as many are on the same I can't believe it level, but in a bad way. So whenever I buy something from them, I'm first skeptical because in some cases I ended up loving the product and felt like I had found a hidden gem, and in some cases I was like it was a complete waste of my money. So yeah, let's talk about some products. So first I want to talk about what I think is the very best of W7, then we go to the very worst, and then the in-betweens. So we start with the best, and I actually have two lip balms here, very surprisingly. This one is the lip balm, and the other one is called the Argan Oil Lip Balm, and they were both like surprisingly good. I really didn't expect it. I mean, actually I bought this, it's quite gimmicky, and I thought, let's try this. It's like kind of a knockoff of the, what are they called? EOS lip balms. This one looks like this. It's like this dome I already used up a little bit, and this one smells like um, cherry candy. Super, super, super yummy. And I actually didn't really expect much of this. I had a lot of trouble actually in the last couple of months with finding a good lip balm. I had a lot of those lip butters from the Body Shop that really actually only cracked my lips further. And yeah, I was really on a hunt for something good because my lips were like, dead. And this one actually saved me, and I really didn't expect that because it looks so, it looks like a lip balm that teenagers buy and you have nothing to expect from, but it actually healed my lips. And the same goes for that very cheap looking Argan Oil Lip Balm. It's the same actually. It comes in a very Chinese cheap looking packaging, green one with this foil sticker around that like comes off after a week. I mean, the product itself was really good, didn't expect that, and that gave me kind of like new respect for that brand, that they come out with such reliable lip balm. So this I can really recommend, even if it looks a bit stupid. So the second thing on my very best list is an eyeshadow palette. Is the 10 out of 10. How do you call yourself? 10 out of 10 browns. Probably they have different color schemes. And I do have my opinions about their eyeshadow palettes. I mean, at least those that I have tried, obviously. But this one I really liked. I mean, all those products are really affordable, but this comes in what I think is a unique brown color scheme. They mostly are cool toned. So this shade, for example, I like to put in my crease for a transition shade. This one is a very nice inner corner highlight, a matte one. And they do have some shimmery ones, and I was really impressed by this. I really like to use this regularly for work, also when I'm dancing. Yeah, the pigmentation, you can say anything about either. It's definitely a palette that I like to use. And you know what, those spongy applicators, everybody hates them. I've never heard anyone saying anything good about these, but actually, you can smudge stuff under your lash line with this. And what I also like is just pack some color on there, and when you have to work like detailed, actually I don't think they're bad. So I don't know why everybody's hating them. So that's the 10 out of 10 browns. So the next one is one of my favorites as well. I really do love this one. And this one is a classical, oh my god, I can't believe I found this, it's so cheap and so good situation. This is the Perfect Eyes eyeshadow in the shade Golden Eye. And this one, I mean, packaging is super cheap. It's like a cheaper version of the MAC eyeshadows, and the lettering came off and everything. Man, this is like, I mean, how can I describe it? It's not like the ColourPop ones that it's like a putty eyeshadow, but this one is like, makes me so happy, these kind of things. And I mean, the pigmentation is like, whoa. I'm really super impressed by this one. I've been using this as a highlighter for years. I really love this. I mean, this was like the only thing that I used for a highlighter for months last year, really. And the consistency, it's not really powdery, So it doesn't feel like your traditional powder eyeshadow, but it's not a cream or anything either. And it's not one of those ColourPop-like putty eyeshadows either. So I don't know, it's something in between a powder and the ColourPop ones, if you know them. Yeah, I just can't stop touching this because it's so beautiful. Really can recommend this one, and I think it's €2. Can you believe it? It's like, oh my god. And the last thing on my very best list are these. Those are the Mega Matte Lips. These are comparable to a NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, for example. So they're liquid lipsticks in a moussey or creamy formula that don't dry out your lips. Nothing like, for example, the ColourPop Ultra Mattes or the NYX Lip Lingeries, which I hate because, you know, you get those little cracks, butthole lips, and very ugly. These ones were soft, creamy, opaque, easy to wear, comfortable to wear, nothing to complain about. I mean, yeah, it could be that you have to touch up these faster than any of those super matte ones, but those are really like unwearable for me. So actually the moussey and the creamy formulas are the only formulas that I want to wear or buy liquid lipstick wise. I mean, I really gave up on the very liquidy ones because they look like SHAT. Okay, then we go to my very worst shitty list. The first thing is the Dream Clean, and it's a makeup remover slash cleanser, and I hated it. It was nice packaging, you know, it comes in this cute pink thing. But it irritated my skin. That's one, you know, you apply it and it immediately started burning, and I don't even have that sensitive skin. And two, it smelled like so chemical. It has a rose scent, which I can appreciate at sometimes if it's nice, but this one was so chemical and so strong and dominant that I really stopped using it. I mean, I'm quite consequent in using things up, you know, even if I don't like love them, I mix them with things or I try to make them work in some way, but I just couldn't work with that. Unacceptable, goodbye. The next thing, yeah, what I hate from W7 are concealers. They give me goosebumps and they're so bad. Those are like in the category of, do you even test your products? Do you even try your products before you put them out in the market? Because they're horrible. I mean, I obviously don't have them anymore, but you have those quads. They're called the Hit and Miss Concealer Quad. And they come in 3 different versions, I think. And I had the lavender one and the green one. And all of the shades in these quads were disgusting. They were greasy and not pigmented, and it felt like you put colored lip balm on your pimple, you know, and they're supposed to conceal stuff, you know, with pigmentation. And I hated them. The highlighters, they also have cream highlighters in there, but they're glittery, which I hate as well. And I just couldn't do anything with these. They didn't work for me under the eyes where I want more coverage, but like nice and moisturizing, or I want something that covers up my pimples, something that I want in my exact skin tone. But in both cases, you need pigmentation, you know, and some kind of like staying power, and that wasn't the case. That product was so weird, and I don't understand how people in the cosmetic industry that work there can seriously think they bring out this product and sell it. It's a big mystery to me. And the second concealer that I want to mention are those Go pot concealers. They come in little nice cute pots, you know, look a little bit like the MAC ones or any typical, you know, concealer pot with a black lid. I mean, those weren't as bad as the quads, but still I hated them. And the problem with that one was that they were super dry on me. And I do have dry skin, so maybe they're nice on oily skin, I don't know. But I mean, I'm a concealer junkie. I tried a lot of concealers. And actually, it's my most favorite cosmetic products. Concealers. And even when I use them like minimally on a pimple or on some little sunspot or anything, it made it look worse. You know, it clinged on any dry patch and made my texture like super visible, and that was something for the trash can, definitely. So I would like to ask W7, did you try that product really before you brought it out into the world? The next one is something that I really love the packaging of. So that's really a bummer. It's the Cheeky Trio Bronzer, Blusher, and Highlighter Palette. I really love those tin packagings. You know, it's kind of like a knockoff probably for the Urban Decay Naked 2 and 3 palettes. And this one looks like this. And I was really intrigued. I saw this on the internet and I thought, perfect, you know, it looks so nice and the color scheme looks good. But these are unusable except of the blush, which is nothing special. So let's start here. This is the bronzer. And I thought, you know, looks kind of cool tone. Maybe I can even use this for a contour, which should be a bit more cool tone than bronzer. But this has no pigmentation. Like, not at all. You know, I use the brush like this, which works very good on any other bronzer in my collection that I didn't throw away, obviously. But, yeah, this is like a mystery to me because it doesn't show up. You know, when you swatch it and you really go in there and you like scoop out product, then yeah, there's some color, but it didn't show up on a brush on my skin at all. And it's not that light. I mean, shade-wise, it's maybe like the Benefit Hoola one, you know? So it's not like my skin tone is too dark for this or anything. So, big question mark. And this one, the setting powder one, is the same. It doesn't show up. I mean, the only way to make it show up is you scratch some out with your nails and you swatch it on your arms and then you have like some powder, but it didn't do anything. And yeah, you can't go scratching product out of there and smear on your face. You have to use a brush. So it was useless. And I don't understand because people are trying these before they bring them out, right? So strange. Didn't show up at all. I mean, you can see a little bit. And this is my finger. This is me going in there like this. And then you see this. Alrighty. But it didn't do anything with a brush. And you can't go and do this the whole day, you know? And the product isn't for swatching, it's for wearing. So, no. And this one, the blush, that one was okay. Nothing special. I mean, the tone, I actually wear it now. I had tried it before I filmed this video, so it shows up. It's okay. But as I said, nothing special. I have like 3 million of these shades in my collection, and I won't keep this one just for the 5 out of 10 blush, you know? But yeah, I wonder if I maybe can just put the product out of there and just use the tint. And the next one maybe doesn't even deserve to be on the very worst list, but it's personal, so it's on my personal very worst list. But it's the In the Night Up in Smoke eyeshadow palette. Again, it's a tin packaging, which I do really like, which is why I bought all of these in the first place. It's a very cool toned eyeshadow palette, and I bought it because I thought, yeah, I really need a, you know, cool tone palette. But yeah, in the end, I just found out that I really don't like cool tones on my eyes, and I don't like silvers. I don't like cool grays, and yeah, so that's why I ended up not liking this after using it 1 or 2 times. So yeah, quality-wise, it's like the other ones that I will talk about in a minute. So it's not like worst of the worst, but it's just on my personal you are bad list. Then we have the in-between list. And actually, these were on the very worst list, but I changed my mind because I played around with all of these before I filmed this again, and I actually already wrote reviews about these, and very bad reviews, but I kind of changed my mind, and that's because they're a bit hit or miss. Those are all of the Tin Can eyeshadow palette. This is the Lightly Toasted, this is the In the Nude, this is the In the Buff, and then we have a small one, this is the Bronze Queen. And actually they all have the same characteristics, which is that they are hit or miss. Some of them have great pigmentation and some of them don't, which makes it very inconsistent, but it does not mean that they're all horrible. I don't mind that there's no mirror in them actually. It makes it a bit lighter to carry around. This one I actually like the most out of those four. It's actually a knockoff of the Urban Decay Naked 3 rose tones and like a bit burgundy tones maybe. So some of them are very pigmented, very creamy, and some of them are horribly crumbly and powdery and chalky. For example, this one is the Bronze Queen. This gold one, like you swatch it and you have to keep your arm like horizontal because otherwise it will all crumble on your floor, and I mean, you can't use that. You know, it will crumble all over your face if you try to use this. But for example, with this one, I like this cool tone. I put this on my crease quite regularly. I like this even if it's a bit chalky. So with these, I do appreciate the color selection. And the same goes for in the nude. And I do even like these little sponge applicators / little brush that come with it. And with all of these, the shimmery ones, except of that horrible gold one in the Bronze Queen palette, are quite reliable. So most of the shimmery shades are nicely pigmented, creamy, yes, a little crumbly, but they're beautiful on the eye if you are willing to work with them. So they all have a variation of matte ones and shimmery ones. As I said, the shimmery ones are quite reliable, but some of them are really too chalky, too powdery, and too crumbly to work with. So they're really hit or miss, I can't say otherwise. I will keep them. I will not declutter them. I will play around with these a little more, but they're not my favorite, but they're okay probably for the price range that they are. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this little best and worst and in between list. Hope to see you in my next one. Bye, Smoochie.